name is Lisa Caid. I'm a banquet server and Marriott Marquis worker for 35 years.
And what are the issues in this strike?
Well, there are many, but big one is our health care and our job security. Currently, the company proposed some union busting proposals they put forth, and they're...
How are they union busting?
Well, they put a proposal that would compromise the workers' job security, and also they propose terms of health care that may it possible that it will be unachievable for us to qualify. So it really has a big effect on most members here. We don't agree that we're experts at our jobs. And 35 years with the company, I want to make sure that my job is secure with the company and that no one outside of the bargaining unit is able to come in and keep me from getting my health care.
You've been here 35 years. There was a long struggle to organize the Marriott. I don't know if you were part of that, but many years. Why don't you talk about
part of that? Yes, back in '89, when Marriott first asked the city for a 50-year lease on this land, it was under the agreement that they would allow for workers to decide whether or not they wanted union representation. Marriott fought that, and it was a big fight, a long fight, and in '02 we were able to attain our first contract.
When was that?
That was awesome. It was so many years that we had been fighting the company, and to know that finally we were able to succeed and get our first contract was awesome. And through the years we were able to really improve our working conditions, secure our jobs, attain health care, and most people were able to actually afford to stay in San Francisco, where everything through the years continues to rise around us, rents and properties. And we were able to, a lot of the members were able to really stay where they live, where they work. And, without the union, that is really becoming really difficult for working people.
And the inflation, a cost of housing, the fact that workers have to commute many miles, many hours, is that an issue in this?
Well, me myself, I tack on 3 hours to my day to come to work. It was the way that I could achieve the American dream of home ownership. And so I raised my family, 3 children, and I commuted to work. I still do. Unfortunately, inflation is on a rise, and our wages simply are not keeping up with that.
And what was the effect of COVID for you and other hotel workers?
Wow. Well, it was a huge struggle for most of us in that the Marriott stripped us of our health care when we needed it most.
In the middle of the pandemic?
In the middle of a pandemic, yes. So they stripped us all of our health care, and myself and my husband, we had to pay $1,700 a month just to have health care. And unfortunately, I am one that could not go without because I have pre-existing medical. And we were forced to pay, for our health care, and some of us went without.
And Marriott is a big corporation. How many hotels do they own in the United States? I mean, they're an international corporation. Many hotels.
I don't know the number, but they are the biggest hotel chain in the world. During COVID, while we were struggling to figure out how we were going to feed our families and provide health care for ourselves and our families, Marriott was buying back stocks. So, I think they did well in the end of COVID. We were the ones that struggled.
And when you got back, what were did they try to have different contingents or try to take it out on the workers to increase their profits?
Well, when we got back to work, of course, they did not bring back. It took us a few years to get back to full schedule. Brought us back skeleton crew. management violated our contract left and right. Management doing our jobs or cross classification, and so they really did take the COVID as a way to exploit the workers, and they knew that we were struggling. Me myself, 18 months with no work. It was very difficult.
You think they wanted to bust the union?
Oh, well, their proposals this time definitely speak that. Yeah.
Specifically, how is that?
Well, we can't negotiate, the contract with the media, unfortunately, but I will say that their proposals are union busting, and that is why we had to take our fight to the street.
And there are other hotels on strike in San Francisco. How many workers are on strike at the hotels in San Francisco?
Well, we have about 2,000 workers that have been on strike. Other cities were on strike as well, and they've settled their contracts. We're the last out, and so holidays are coming, and it's tough. It's cold. It's raining. In 2018, we were out here in the cold. We were out here in the rain, but we won a great contract, and we're dedicated, and we're willing to stay as long as it takes.
And how long was that strike? 2018.
Marriott, we were on strike for 62 days. Yes, and we won a great contract.
And what is the union doing to help you? Because a lot of you have bills that you have to pay. I mean, is there any strike fund that people can contribute to?
We do have a strike fund, and yes, we appreciate any support from the community. And, we have flyers here. We welcome the community to come. If you'd like to pledge your support to the union, if you'd like to donate to the union, we had the pilots union come out, and they were in the hotel, and they said, we are not going to cross a picket line. They pulled out of our hotel, and they brought us a bunch of pizzas yesterday, $400 a pilot from their own money. They came out and they supported us with lunch yesterday. They fed the picketers on the line, so yes, very helpful.
And there are other unions here, stationary engineers, other workers, Teamsters. Are they supporting the strike as well?
I'm not sure about where they stand with things. I know that they have recently just ratified their contract, and the company was, playing a bit of hardball with them too. So I did see a few come out. Legally there has to be, because it's such a big beast, this building. By law, there need to be some engineers in the building just in case any emergency arises.
And we just have the election of Donald Trump, who said that with Elon Musk that he was against union workers should be fired for going on strike. Are you concerned about what's happening in this country and the danger of the destruction of the NLRB, that companies think now that they don't have to negotiate?
Yes, it's a great concern. Unfortunately, I believe that the working people may be adversely affected by this, but we have the will and the energy to fight back and push back against these companies that are really profiting greatly and squeezing us workers dry. They're squeezing us as much as they could. So, I don't want to. I'm looking at the positive, and I know that together, united, the working force, we can make good changes, and we can keep what we have.
And so people should join your picket line and support this strike.
We welcome the community. Come down, join our picket line for sure. We appreciate any support from the community. And, if you plan on coming to San Francisco, let me just say that the hotels aren't being very transparent. They're not notifying the guests that there is a labor dispute. So it really is uncomfortable for a guest to walk past our picket line and go into the hotel where, their workers in there are from an app. They're using work applications to bring people from the street to come in. We would love to be, we're the experts, we're the professionals. We would much rather be the ones to service our guests. But if they're impacted, I would say ask for a discount, move to another hotel. There's hotels here in San Francisco that are not a strike. You don't have to walk past this loud picket line. And and you can, be serviced by the experts that should be, right? When you pay for a hotel room, it's not cheap, and you deserve to get the service that you pay for.
And have they brought in replacement workers?
They have, and they're bringing them in from temp agencies. They're bringing them in from work apps, InstaWork being one. And so
The gig workers they're bringing in.
the gig workers, yes. And in 2018, we did see some, and there were some things that had happened, as well as currently now, there's TripAdvisor reviews that guests are, having to deal with unfortunate situations, opportunities from these gig workers coming in. They see an opportunity and they're taking it. So, that wouldn't happen if we were in there.
And where is the mayor, the new mayor-elect, Lurie? Is he supporting you, or is he come out and join the picket line?
I'm unaware of that. I don't know. I couldn't answer that question.
You would support all people coming out, politicians or other people elected?
Oh, yes. Today we had Kamala Harris. She was in San Francisco, and she drove by our picket line, really just got us energized. She's been a great support of Unite here. And, we do have support from City Hall. And we are just looking to partner. We have our campaign is Bet on SF, and we want the hotels to partner with us to help bring back the city, to bring business back to San Francisco. We want that partnership. It's up to them, really, right now.
And one of the issues working people, immigrants face, migrants, is the threat of deportation. Workers are afraid if they're immigrants, if they don't have papers. Is that a concern of your members?
Well, fortunately we're in California and we're in San Francisco, so, we're not facing those concerns that some of the other states. I was reading some of the back that some corporations are taking, just with, the U.S. Supreme Court and their ruling of affirmative action. So, there are corporations that are rolling back those parameters or securities that were in place. So here in San Francisco, we're not looking at that. We are providing protection for, or the union's providing those protections, and we haven't seen anything, and hopefully with the new administration, we don't have to face any of those concerns.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Good.
They say take back. We say back. They say take back. We say fight back.
Time. We do the strike. We want the contract, signed before the holiday. We just want a contract signed so we can go back to work, before the holiday.
And you're trying to survive.
Right. Put support for family. Right. I'm here to support the local too.
And do you have to commute to work?
We take board. Yes, of course. Yes.
So it's a long commute?
Yes. A long commute. Yeah.
My name is Rick Morales, and I work in the guest services Bellstand department. I've been here for 35 years at this hotel.
And there was a long struggle here to organize. Were you part of that struggle?
Yes, sir.
What happened during that struggle?
It was terrible. They made promise. I worked at the airport Marriott, so I was at that property total with Marriott 39 years. But we transferred from that hotel to here, and they made promises about wages and benefits. And as the years went on, they misrepresented everything they told us as we transferred from the other hotels. So the union standard kept going up, and they kept telling us, well, we have a wage freeze and your benefits cost more. So we decided at that point it was fruitless to keep trying to get management to
do the right thing.
Yeah. So we then decided to start organizing and become union.
That took a long time. I mean, how long did that take? Years.
5 to 7 years, I believe, something like that. So it was stressful, but we eventually won, and we're back here trying to make sure for the future. I'm getting ready to retire, but I'm here to help all my coworkers and make sure they secure a good contract.
And during the COVID pandemic, a lot of people lost their jobs, particularly hotel and restaurant workers. How did it affect you?
Well, I was out on workman's comp. I had got injured before that, but a lot of my coworkers, yeah, they lost their job, they lost their health care, they lost their contributions into their 401k because when we first joined, not everybody got into the union pension. So some stayed on the Marriott 401k plan. So there was no contributions. Then after, they didn't bring people back. They still haven't brought a lot of the workers back.
What's the basis of not bringing them back?
Save money. They eliminated the doormans, they eliminated the concierge. So now, as the bellman guest services, we are helping in doing those jobs as well.
So multitasking. They were non-union.
Yeah, you're very multitasking. And that's part of the fight. They want everybody to multitask all over the hotel.
They don't give you extra money for that.
No, exactly. No, definitely not.
And so this is how many strikes have you been on?
I think this is the third one, I believe.
And these companies seem to be taking a hard line here in San Francisco.
This time they seem to be, well, San Francisco is probably one of the last ones to recover from the pandemic, right? But they're making money, and they know they are. They're charging fees, destination fees all over, and a lot of times the customers don't even know they're being charged these fees. So they're charging them $30 a day, and just to walk in the door. So they're definitely getting enough money to support our contract.
And how long are you prepared to stay out? Whatever
it takes. We'll be here.
What can people do to support it?
I'm part of the negotiating committee, so we're all hoping we can get back to the table and iron this out.
And there are other hotel workers. How many hotels are on strike in San Francisco?
I know there's a Hilton, there's a couple of Hyatts, there's a few, there's a Westin, a couple of the Westin properties, and there may be more. We just took a strike vote for a couple more.
And there's a lot of concern in labor about, Trump, Musk talking about busting unions.
Yes.
Tesla is non-union at Fremont,
Yes.
And they may try to destroy the NLRB.
Yes.
Is the union concerned about it? Are you concerned about what's going to happen because employers feel there's no accountability?
Everything goes in cycles, right? So we'll see in a couple of years if they can retain the Congress and Senate. So hopefully people see the truth, what Trump and Musk are all about, and wake up and turn the tables in 2026.
Every day 14 rooms, and they don't like to sign the contract this year. And we have medical expensive everywhere. So we have a family. How can we survive our family if we don't have a medical? So they don't like to give us the medical and also increase our pay. So we need wages and we need also the medical health insurance.
And cleaning 14 rooms a day,
Yes.
what is that? That's a lot of rooms. Is that pretty difficult? And injuries? Problems of health? Is that a serious concern?
Yes, we do every day 14 room. It's very hard. It's not easy job for housekeeper. It's very difficult to when we have a 14 checkout. So we have to finish all of our assignment. Yes.
And the hotel is telling people not to get room service to avoid having to clean rooms. Is that an issue?
Yes, sometimes they no need service and they give us another room. So we have to go floor to floor. They send another floor. So we went there. So it's very difficult for us. Yes. So.
And do you have to commute to work? Do you have to commute to work? Travel to work?
Yes. I live in East Bay, Fremont. I came from the Fremont all the way here, San Francisco. It take me about 45 minutes.
How long have you worked in this hotel?
For this property, I have a 10 year.
10 years.
But the other Marriott, I did 15 years. So total my 25 years.
Long time at Marriott.
Yes.
This is a big hotel chain.
Yes. Before I work in a Fremont Marriott, in Eastway, Fremont Marriott, and suddenly they sell the property and then they buy the franchise. So then I moved for here, then 2014. So now my 10 year is complete here, the 2014 to until now, 10 year.
And how did COVID affect you, and how did it affect the workers here at the hotel? COVID, the pandemic.
COVID, no work. They told us stay home, no work, nobody come here. So, but is the problem we don't have a benefit that time.
So you lost your medical benefits.
Yes, we struggle with our benefit. We bought the covered California, but very expensive for those things. I remember my husband was very sick, so that time is nobody give us the medical right away. It's very hard. But I think 2019 started the COVID, and then 2021 until we no work here. Yeah, it's very hard to earn again. They did not call us, they called giving the overtime other people, they did not call us the low seniority.
So it was unfair, the way they treated you.
Unfair, yes, unfair, yeah.
Why did they do that?
I don't know the management, why they do it, I don't know. I love my union, and union support us. We will win very soon. We with our local to union with.